Hey guys, Josh here, Hampshire Homestead, and today we're going to go over some of the gear that we use in this video here. You're going to see we're going to start up in northern Arizona. We're going to be fishing in that was Willow Springs Lake, and unfortunately we didn't do very good up there. The boys caught a lot of sunfish, which is a great thing for kids. If you guys do something really cool with them, especially Hudson here, and the other two boys I have, Hunter and Hayden, we actually took 1/2 inch 4-foot dowel rods and we drilled holes in the end, and they got to decorate them and they got to use them for whatever they wanted as far as crayfish and little sunfish, so they catch a lot of that stuff on the side. But for those of you like myself that want to go up there and fish while the kids are fishing, I just wanted to go over some gear that we did use. I like to use two different rods here. One of them, this is a 6.6, pretty much a medium action rod. I do spool all my rods with monofilament, and then I come in, if you look here, I like to use a slide weight. Right there, you can see it, the weight slides in between the line like that. And then I use a two-way swivel. This is really important right here, folks, especially these swivels when you're going to be doing stuff like trolling lures or jigs behind a boat. These are particularly important. And then on the other end, I do about 4 or 5 feet of pure 100% fluorocarbon. And when I do that, if you guys know what fluorocarbon does, monofilament will go in the lake and it'll start to disappear real slow. As soon as this fluorocarbon hits the water, it completely is invisible. So it basically looks like the bait's just sitting there floating. Now that's one rod I like to use. And we're talking float bait here, we're talking power bait you can use this rig with. This is one that I like to use. This is called American Pie. It's a real pretty color. I never thought this bait would work, but we caught some of the biggest fish here in Arizona using this color. This is made by Gulp. You can pick this up at any Walmart, any sports store. It's made by Gulp. Again, that's American Pie, and this is really good in any northern Arizona lake. The other one we like to use is also made by Gulp. It's called Chunky Cheese. This one is a garlic cheese flavor, and it is just absolutely amazing here. Works wonders. But between these two here, folks, I always seem to get them. Except for this trip, of course, but I think a lot of that has to do with the 4th of July. A lot of pressure on the lakes. This other power bait I like to use, these are little power eggs, so they're kind of like little salmon eggs, and they come in an array of colors, but they're very good too if you're drifting on a boat. But here's the fluorocarbon I like to use. It's a P-line fluorocarbon. It comes in, I usually for trout fishing, I'll go 4-pound test. If we're fishing somewhere like Utah, where the fish are going to get much bigger, you're talking 8-12 pound rainbow trout, tiger trout, I use something a little bit bigger in diameter. But this is very important, folks. I highly recommend that you put fluorocarbon on your other end of your line on your monofilament. Monofilament, I don't do a whole lot of, real expensive line. I get the P line here, of course, for the fluorocarbon because I want it nice and clear. This stuff, middle of the road line, folks, is okay. You don't have to go out there and spend $40 a spool on some monofilament. Just get a decent trilene, makes a real good one. But again, you don't have to break the bank with that stuff. Then this next rod that I really like to use for trout fishing, this is an ugly stick. This is a GX2 edition. This is a 9-foot rod. So when we're talking about fishing with float bait, you want to have that nice swoop in your line as you're sitting there, and when the fish takes off, it's almost like this rod hooks the fish. I've never had to really set a hook too hard with this rod. This rod pretty much does the job for you. And again, it's a 9-footer. You get these on Amazon. It's an ugly stick GX2. We can put a link in the description below. The other cool thing I wanted to go on, which I don't see a whole lot of people using, this is called a worming tool. Now this particular tool, you take your worm and you run it right over this thing right here and worm it down, and then you put your hook right in the end of this, hold the line down, and I'll make a video on this here eventually how to do this, and you kind of worm your worm right onto that line. Now this little tool makes that worm look in the water. It kind of flows down like it just fell out of a tree, a bird dropped it, and it looks very natural to fish. I highly recommend you get one of these. It's called a worm threader tool. You can pick these up on Amazon. Any local Walmart also carries them. But highly recommend that tool. But this is just a few of the things that we like to use. For trout in Arizona, it can be hit or miss. You really want to take everything you can. We've done earthworms with a small marshmallow on there and had that really work real well in the northern lakes. We've done worms with just a simple grain of corn on there, and it's worked very, very well. So I just kind of take an arsenal of things with us when we go up there. I'll throw everything at them but the kitchen sink. But on this particular trip, I think the pressure kind of outweighed kind of catching fish there. So we did end up going down to the creek, and I did find something a little bit disturbing for myself. Is we've had this new aquatic invasive snail is what they're saying, and we went all the way from Horton Creek to Kohls Ranch, fishing Tonto Creek, and we didn't see one crawdad. So I don't know if maybe that has something to do with the crayfish. If you like crayfish like we do in this family, all my boys eat it. Mama, she doesn't eat much crayfish or seafood. She actually looks the other way on a lot of that stuff. So, but for us, it was kind of sad to see that. So hopefully, it was just a fluke, and we'll go up there and see them again. But usually, we'll go up there and catch anywhere from 100 to 200 crayfish and bring them home just in an afternoon. So very strange. The third place we decided to fish, we came back home, we got a good night's sleep and a good dinner and everybody. We took off in the morning, went back down to the Gila River, and the boys got into quite a bit of catfish, as you're gonna see in this video. The boys it was so fun down there. Hudson, of course, caught the biggest one again this trip, so hooray to him. He's my little fisherman. He actually calls himself the best fisherman in the family, so he's something else. Here he is now, and he catches the big fish, and he says he's the best fisherman in the family, huh? Yeah. Is that you? Now, why do you think you're the best fisherman in the family? What do you do different, you think?
I don't touch it. I leave the fishing pole there.
Yeah.
And when it bites, I just wait for it to bite through, like it to bend a lot.
So you wait for it to bend. Reel it in?
Reel it a little, if it just if it got a little fine, I just
Okay, well that's good. So one thing I'll say about these youngsters, folks, is definitely get your kids into fishing. I mean, even if you're thinking about doing it, you've never done it, hey, shoot us an email. I'll be glad to tell you whatever we can to get you started if you're new to this. If you want some pointers on any particular body of water in Arizona, I'm an Arizona native. I've been here my entire life. I can push you in the right direction on almost any lake here. But yeah, don't be afraid to go out there and give it a whirl. I mean, these youngsters, they just like getting out, and if they catch one, it's amazing. So we hope you enjoy this video. Definitely stay with us, like, subscribe to us. We're just getting started here in this YouTube world, but we want to share our adventures with you. We've got a really cool adventure that we want to tell you guys about that's coming up in about 3 weeks, right? Where are we going?
Utah.
We're going to Utah. We're going to go fish the famous Panguitch Lake. I love fishing Panguitch Lake. My dad has actually caught, he's in his 70s now, and he actually was able to catch the biggest trout of his life there. He caught a 27-inch tiger trout. We'll post some pictures of that on that video. I think I even have a video we can add to that. Don't know how good the quality is, but that's going to be an amazing trip. We're going to be going up there for 4 days. Good 2 days worth of fishing. We're taking the new boat with us. We get the first time ever actually going to have my own boat fishing on that lake. So normally we just rent them, but because the youngsters are going, we're actually hauling the boat up this time. So it's going to be a really cool trip. There's going to be a lot of footage coming into northern Arizona, into Page, into Utah. It's a really pretty drive. So we're going to have a lot of footage on that. So that's something to look forward to. But Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we really hope you enjoy this video, and we're so glad you're here. Not yet.
This is my crawdad spot. This is my crawdad spot.
Hey folks, welcome back. We're up here in Rim Country. We're at Willow Springs Lake. We're fishing for trout. The boys are fishing for crawdads and sunfish, which they're doing a lot better than me. I haven't even had a nibble on this power bait we're using today. We're trying to target some trout in this lake. Fishing's been pretty good up here, but with all the pressure from 4th of July, probably a little bit hit or miss right now. But we're getting ready to move spots. We're gonna head down to a really cool place, Tonneau Creek, and we're gonna go check that out and see if we can't fill some buckets full of crawdads. So stay with us, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Actually, I don't. Yeah.
Well, we need both of those chairs. Remember, we set the pole on the chair.
Yeah, and Han has to. Does Han have to stay on the? It's a seat. No, no, it's shaking a little bit. And I think so.
Hayden got some. Bring the pliers, Mother. Sorry. Oh, here. I'll get them. Take it easy, Hayden. Put your tip up.
And real fast. No, hey,
Hold on,
put it
Hayden.
up.
Hold on, Hayden.
Put it up.
Hold on. Put your tip up, Hayden.
And put it up. High. And then reel it in. Reel it in.
Keep going, Hayden.
Reel it in, hey, big. Hey, big cooking. Reel it in. Now that's a fish.
Whoa, what do you got, Hayden?
Fish.
Oh, fish. Stop reeling. That's your little catfish. Yeah.
That's a tiny catfish.
That's okay. Let's go show Hebe his fish. missed him. Oh no, you got him. You got him.
Throw him in. Fucking quick. As fast as you can.
Hold on, Hutch, let me get down there.
Pull it up.
Whoa, whoa, he's fighting you. He's a fighter.
I'll just reel it in and pull it up.
No, over here. Come down here. Come down here. Hurry up. Let me see the pole. Let me see it. You're all tangled. Come here, Hutch. Come here. What do you got, Hutch? Keep the tip up, Hutch. Remember, put this. Let go. Put this. There you go now. Whoa, easy, Hudson. Let him play. He's a big fish. Big old fish. Easy. Stop reeling for a minute, Hudson. Pick the tip up. What you got, Hudson? It's a big one. This is a giant one. What do you got? Hold on to him, Hutch.
It is like...
Play him, Hutch. Whoa, look at that big old fish.
Oh, crap. What is
Play
it?
him, Hutch.
It's too heavy, I can't.
Yes, you can. Bring it
Reel
in.
it.
You got this, Hudson. There, stop reeling now. Try to pick up the pole.
This is big, guys.
There you go. Whoa, whoa. Easy. This is a big one, Hudson. A big old cat.
This is a big catfish, everyone.
Easy, boy.
Catfish of the day,
Easy,
baby.
boy. Oh, my gosh, Hudson, look at that catfish.
That's cute.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Climb up, boys. Oh, my gosh, Hudson, that fish is bigger than you are. We summit him. Woohoo.
Don't forget to like